Hello, and welcome to the 5-day Just Do Nothing challenge, where I challenge you for 15 minutes a day to sit and do nothing. And all you have to do is listen to my voice and follow some very simple instructions. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're watching this on record, welcome. So what have we got in store for you for the next 5 days? So today we're going to talk about the different ways that you can do nothing, and we're going to talk about brainwaves and how they impact our health. Day 2, we're going to talk about quietening your mind, your mental chatter, your chattering monkey, as you'll hear me call it, and different ways that you can meditate, because there's definitely more than one way, and different ways have different impacts on different parts of your brain. Day 3, we're doing a visualization meditation. Day 4, a mantra-based meditation. And then day 5, we're going to focus on breath and breath work. So that's the 5 days. I hope that you are listening to this somewhere safe, somewhere you feel emotionally and psychologically safe and physically safe without interruption, and that you can relax and it's nice and quiet. I do recommend over-the-ear headphones. If you haven't got those already, they're very good at cancelling out and removing any distractions. So hopefully you're in that space. So every session I'm going to start with some basic grounding, and what I mean by that is whether in particular if you're sitting down as opposed to lying down, then put your feet gently on the ground, sort of hip width apart, but try and uncross your legs so that your feet are making contact with the ground, and feel the connection with the ground that you have. So some people like to imagine that there's roots growing from the bottoms of their feet, or ribbons tied from their feet to the centre of the earth, or that they have very heavy boots on. Some people like to imagine that. But anything that connects you to the ground and bring your feet and the ground in contact, that's grounding. So if I ever say ground yourself, that's what I mean. So if you can do that, and just imagine you might feel your feet tingle a little. And then once you've done that, I'd like you to take 3 deep breaths, so deep all the way into your abdomen. So start with 1, and then slowly let go. And again, deep breath in, and just hold, and then let go. Just feel your body relaxing and letting go as you breathe out. And then one more time, breathe in, and then let go. So hopefully this few minutes really will give you a little bit of space. I like to work with people that are exhausted, who have brains that won't shut up, and who, even if they create a bit of me time, a bit of quiet time, 9 times out of 10 that they fill it with something and busy themselves. It's really important that we spend some time just being still and quiet. It's good for our health, and hopefully over the next 5 days you'll understand why. I'll also be posting links in this group if you want to do more meditation, more than 15 minutes a day, or if you have any questions. So today we're going to talk about brain waves, so the way that our brains function. They function at different levels, and they're literally brain waves, and they impact our whole biology. So if there's 5 brainwaves, so the first one, let's go over here. The first one is gamma. So gamma brainwaves are like this, spiky. It's when we're elevated, when we're stressed, when we're in an emergency situation. Cortisol starts rushing around our body, the stress hormone, and we're very good at things. If you think of, I always think of gamma energy as being like a blue light emergency. So all your non-essential functions shut down. So your digestive system, your healing system, all these, your immunity, all this stuff, your body says, no, this is a crisis, we need to deal with this. And all your energy goes to deal with the emergency. So you can imagine why people who stay in a gamma elevated state a lot might start to suffer from health conditions. Digestion, for example, is quite common. So that's gamma. So beta is the next one. And that's your sort of normal, very alert waking state. It's when you're using your brain, it's when you're doing exams, it's when you're competing in sport or you're in a reactive job of work. Again, it's not good to stay in this too long, especially high beta. It's not as spiky as gamma, but if you're too much high beta, you might have high blood pressure, muscle tension, especially in your shoulders. You might suffer from anxiety or even over-aggression. So that's beta. So alpha is normal waking relaxation. This might be reading a book, it might be being creative gently, laughing with friends, sitting in a comfy chair. I would imagine that most of you were probably, your brainwaves are probably in alpha right now. They're probably in alpha. But what we want to do is take you today into theta. Okay, theta is not as low as delta, which we'll talk about in a minute, but theta is where you have a deep sense of relaxation through meditation, through you have a little bit of a dopamine hit. This is where intuition and fond memories lie, and theta is really essential. So delta is in deep sleep, so that's where you do your healing, your rebalancing overnight. So unfortunately, in our busy lives, quite often people miss out theta. This is why we're feeling lacking, because we're busy all the time. Even when we're relaxing, watching TV, we might be on our phones at the same time and having a conversation with someone else, and maybe, reading a book or doing too much at once. So we never get this theta. We often go straight from alpha to delta, where we fall into a deep sleep, or if we wake up too early, we don't access the theta. The alarm goes off. And the first thing you do is pick up your phone and read the news. You might even go straight up here to beta. So it's really important. This is what's missing from our lives. So there are other ways other than meditation to activate theta, and they might be, for example, listening to relaxing music with your headphones on, or flow activities. So flow activities are anything where you kind of just get in the zone and you lose yourself and hours fly by. For me, it's painting. I love painting pictures and making art, but it could be when you're in the garden. It could be sometimes when people run or jog gently, they get into a flow state. So there's lots of ways when you kind of zone out, when you daydream, maybe where you like lying in the bath with candles, or going to the spa, or even listening to a story or a nice gentle podcast. All of these things would be very good for theta. So if after 5 days you absolutely don't want to do meditation, that's fine. But think about ways you can introduce it into your life. Can you have too much theta? Absolutely you can. So just be aware of that. If you spend all day meditating, I have done this, but obviously not all day, every day. But you can get into a state where you're a bit kind of zombie-like and you lack motivation, just too relaxed. So we're going to do now a little body scan. So we've got 5 minutes left. It might run to 6 minutes, we'll see. So what I'd like you to do is make sure you're grounded if you're sitting down. If you're lying down, don't worry too much. And then just take those 3 deep breaths again. So deeply in, and then release and let go. And feel yourself relax with every out breath. In, and then just release and let go. So in one more time, and then we're going to hold. And then take a big breath out. And just allow your breathing to return to normal. But with every out breath, just relax a little bit more. And just be mindful now, just as you're aware of your body. Just be aware of any tension or stress that you might be carrying. And just breathe it out. So breathe into the area of stress and then breathe out. And release and let go as you do. So we're going to start with the top of your head now and your crown. Just be aware and curious if there's any tension there. And just allow it to ease. And then across your brow and your forehead. Just relax, release any tension that you might have carried from the day. Loosen your jaw. Allow it to be slack. And feel the tongue in your mouth just relax. Be aware of any tension across your shoulders. Just breathe it out. Just let go. And down your arms now to your elbows, your forearms, your wrists, and your hands. Just let them feel loose and light. Free of any work they may have done today. Peaceful and at rest. And ease any tension across your chest or heart space. Pay attention now to any discomfort you may feel in your abdominal area. And just try and release it. with your out breath. Allow your hips to feel heavy and supported. And your thighs. Relax your knees, loosen them. And then down through your calves. Into your ankles. And your feet. And take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, feel the energy just flow across your body, all the way down and out through your toes. And bring your awareness back. Well done. And well done for investing in yourself. Tomorrow we're going to look at different ways to meditate. But in the meantime, if you want to get in touch, or you want to know more about my in-depth 12-stage resilience program, please drop me a line or comment on this video. See you tomorrow.